Most businesses treat their contact form like a suggestion box, yet an organization spend almost 1 to 5% of their revenue on CRM. All these messages come in and pile up in an inbox, and by the time someone eventually reads them, everything is gone. A founder might open the inbox in the morning and realize they missed someone who wanted a product or service demo yesterday. Or the team spends half an hour sorting messages into important, maybe, and junk. It is slow, manual, and expensive because time is real money. So what we really want is a contact form that behaves like an intelligent SDR, that is a self-development representative, a system that reads every message instantly, classifies it, extracts intent, logs it cleanly into the CRM, and replies automatically, differently for hot, warm, and spam. And here is the part that hits home for me. I have been on the buyer sides too. When you are on the tight deadline, you compare vendors, gather quotations, and check pricing and quality. But the truth is simple. The vendor who replies fastest gets an advantage. I have seen cheaper quotations arrive days after I already moved forward with someone else. Okay, so if we have not met yet, this is Sovik. I'm an engineer. I have spent almost 7 years at an MNC, and now I build workflow automations using my industry knowledge. So we should get going with the workflow right now. Okay, so now in this part we will be discussing the workflow and explain how each node works. Okay, so this is our smart contact forms workflow, and I will explain each node from here. The first is the contact form. It will have a name, then an email ID, and then a message option, and then there will be a submit button as well. So what will happen is that someone will write their name, then their email ID, and then there will be message. And when someone will be hitting the submit button, it will send a trigger to this webhook. But for this workflow, the webhook is the actual trigger. Now after receiving the customer's message, what this webhook will do is that it will send an output to the next node, which is our AI agent. Now when this output is feeding to the AI agent, what this AI agent will do is that it will understand the customer's intent, which means what the customer is wanting. Either they want to book a demo, either they want some other solution, either they want to schedule a meeting. Whatever it is, AI agent will understand and it will score them based upon customer intent, and those score will be hot, warm, and spam. Now these are very important. Like if it is a hot customer intent, that means there is high potential that this customer can be a potential customer. Now if the customer intent is hot, that means it is essential that we should convey to him immediately. And the next node, warm, this means that means customer is not sure, or there is a 70-30 chance that this lead can be converted to a customer. Then there is spam. Now if it is a marketing related text or something like that, or it is a promotion, this AI agent will mark it as a spam, so that we will understand that what it need to be done for the further stage. Now there is another node. This is our JavaScript node. Now what it will do is that, let's say the AI agent has given us some output that this is the customer intent, the score is warm or hot or spam, and the message is like this. So the message will be a summary, and now what this code will do is that it will process the data. Like if there is any invalid text, or if there is some missing thing, or the AI's output it is in a markdown format, then it will convert it into our desired output so that we can use it for the later nodes. Now after processing the data, the output will be going to the switch node. Now what the switch node will do is that, based upon the score like hot or warm or spam, it will send each response to each node. Like for here, this node is for hot, this is for warm, and this is for spam. Now why this node is important is that for later stage, like I need specific email for hot and warm and spam. So for these we need to segregate these outputs. And for the next node, there are 3 sheet append node. So what they will do is that they will save all this data into the sheet so that further we can analyze and we can trace what was the customer intent. And the next node, these are some email nodes, and what they will do is that they will send customized email to your customer instantly. Okay, so now what we will do is that we will build this workflow from scratch, and I will explain each node how to configure them. Okay, so the first node we will be needing is a webhook trigger node. Let me just select a webhook trigger node. Now let me just configure this. The HTTP method will be post. Then the path will be as it is. The authentication, you should choose basic, header or JWT. For demonstration right now, I will be going for none. Now one more thing is that if you are testing your workflow, then this URL is okay. But for production, you should choose this URL. Now let me just copy this URL and I will show you why it is required. Let's get back to the canvas. Now to test this workflow, there are two options. One is you can use Postman app, that is okay. And there is another way, that is the practical one, that I will be creating a HTML website that will be having the offline contact form, and I will integrate this URL there. Let me just open the contact form. So this is the contact form, and I will just open the code node. As you can see, this is the code node. And what I will do is that, as you can see here, I will just paste my URL here. So I have pasted my URL here and I will just save this one. Okay. Now what it will do is that every time customer is sending a message, the message will hit this URL and the webhook will trigger the workflow. Now when we will be testing the workflow, we will be giving the input here. As you can see, it is already having name, email, message and submit option. And I will add all the files in the video description. And for the next node, we will be adding an AI agent. Now let me click the AI agent node. Okay. Now here is one critical thing. There is three options like connected chat trigger node, then connected guardrail nodes, then there is define below. Now this connected guardrails node, this is recently updated by the N8N, but what we will be using is this define below option. Now let me just copy paste my already written prompt. Now the key thing is that there is two options, fixed and expression. We will go with expression option. Let me paste this. Now what this option does is, if there is different input, this will directly read this input. But if you are fixing it, let me just click this one, I will show you. As you can see, it is not variable, like it will not change, and the whole prompt itself, it is analyzing as a message only. But whenever we are using as expression, as you can see, it is variable. Now based upon the input it will change. Like you can see here, execute previous node for preview. Now we will be adding a chat model. I will be using Google Gemini chat model. Now how to get the API? Click on this document option, or you can directly go to the Google Cloud website. As you can see here, click this one, then we will be heading towards here. Now once you are in this page, click on these three dots, then click on dashboard. Now click on this start building option, and it will redirect you to the Google AI Studio website. Now in this website, in the corner you can see the API option. Click this one, create API key, give it a name. Let me write N8N, then select a project. Let me use this one, I have already created this one. And if you click on create key, it will give you an API. I have already created this one, so I will be using this one. Okay, so now gets back to the workflow. Now the next node will be a JavaScript code node. Select this one. I will just paste my code. Now this code is essential. This first portion, what it does is that it gets the output from the previous node, and then it analyzes for any kind of error or something. If there is an error, what it will do is that it will throw an error code, like AI output is empty or not a string. Then there are other things like could not find any JSON in the AI's output, all of these. And one more thing is that not every AI model gives a same type of output. Like there can be variable outputs. Like how the AI is generating the output, it is different for each LLM model. And when I will be running the workflow, I will show you how. So what this code does is that it parses the data and formatted it into our desired output, like the desired format we want. That can be used for the further nodes. Next, create a switch node. Now for these value options, what you can do is that you can run each node, and then from the previous node data you just drag and drop it here. As now I am just building it, what I will do is that, or what we should do is that I will just run this workflow, and then we will be getting in data, so it will be better for me to explain to you. Let me just give it a name, like, then give it an email. That is okay. Then I will write a message. Now before submitting this contact form, what we will do is that we will run this. Let me just save this one, make it active. Now let me just click on execute workflow. Okay, now we are ready. Let's just submit the form. So as you can see here, what it does is that, hey, I saw your video in YouTube and I want to book a meeting for my sales team. Now to the next node. As you can see, there is the output. Then the next node, as you can see, let me just click on this one. As you can see here, so this was the output. As I was saying earlier, this was the string. Now what this code does is that it formatted the output from the agent into like this: score, intent and summary. As you can see, it is neatly formatted. Now for the next node, it will be easy for us to understand and evaluate the data. So now what I will do is that I will copy this one. Let's get back to the editor. Now what I will do is that I will paste it here. Let's save this. Now let's execute the workflow. Okay. Now, yes, as you can see here, now it will be easy to understand the next step. Now as I said, the score. Now what we will need to do is that we will just simply drag it and drop it here. Now as you can see, it is a hot score. Now what we will do is that mark it as hot. Then there will be another option. The value is same, like we will be dragging and dropping it here. As you can see, it is hot, but we will write warm here, because for warm type of score, the data will flow through this output. Then again drop it here, mark it as spam. Now as I was saying about the fix and the expression, now see, if I am clicking on fixed option, see, this is not responding anymore. Now it is treating it as a simple text, a fixed thing. Now if it is an expression, as you can see, it is showing as hot. Okay, now back to the canvas. It is already there. Okay, so as you can see, it has already given output here, but these two options are empty. Now there is a thing. Let's say I am editing this one. Let's try the spam as well. Let's edit this. As you can see, this is getting high. Now what we will do is that we will be adding some Google Sheet node, and we will click on append row in sheet. And now for the API, you have to go to this Google Cloud website, and then you have to select the API. If you don't know, you can just comment it down and I will create another video. Okay, now what we will do is that I will just show you my Google Sheet which I have created already. Okay, so this is the sheet I am using. As you can see, timestamp, status, name, email, message, AI intent, summary, follow-up status. So for follow-up status, this will be for a further next upgrade of this workflow. I will share the tutorial later, but for this, these columns are important. Let's save this one once. Now you can copy your website's URL here. I will show you why it is required. Let me just copy this one. Now let's get back to the workflow once again. Okay, so append row, and from the document section, as you can see, there are options like If it is fetching your account, then there will be a list option as well and ID option as well. You just need to click here, and as you can see, CRM logger is there. But if it is not in your workflow or not in your account, just click on URL and just paste the URL here. So as you can see, it is also be showing you the sheet option. Okay, so that is okay. As you can see, it is showing here. Now what we will do is that we will map this thing. Now click on this one, score. Now for this, what I will do is that I will take inputs from previous nodes, like not just this switch node only. Let me click this one, click on webhook. As you can see, there are lots of options here. So I will be needing this email ID. Click this one, drag it here, as you can see. Now then I will be needing the name as well. Click this name option, drag it here. As you can see, it is showing here my name. Then there will be status option. Now for this status, what I will do is that I will take it from the AI's output. Click on AI's output. As you can see here, now the problem is there, as you can see, it is a string. So if I have to drag and drop it here, it will take complete output. So that is not something we will need. So now this code option will help us. Click on it, click on score, drop it here. As you can see, it is showing as spam. Now for timestamp option, we will be needing right now, like when this message was submitted. So let me just click it. So let me just write the code here. As you can see, it is already showing something. We'll click on this. As you can see, date time, it is showing here. Okay. Now the next thing, the message. So this as well, we'll be going to this webhook. Simply drag and drop it here. Now for AI output, now the AI intent, drop it here. Summary, drop it here. The follow-up status is not required right now, so I will leave it empty. Okay, all set. Now let's just quickly add others as well. Let me just copy this one. Now one more thing is that I have connected this sheet with this spam option. Paste another one. Let's rename them. Now let's do one thing. Let's run the workflow and let us check that whether we are getting any reports here. Let's execute the workflow. As you can see, it is processing. Let me just open this one. As you can see here, yes, this was the timestamp, then hot, then name of the sender, email ID, what was the message, what was the customer intent, and as you can see, hey, I saw your video on YouTube and I want to book a meeting for my sales team. AI intent was meeting request for sales team. AI summary, the user wants to book a meeting for their sales team. Okay, now gets back to the workflow. Let's put it into the center. Now we will be adding an email option. So I'll be creating a SMTP option, send email option. My account is already selected here. Now click on this. So it will be send option. From email, let me just give my email ID. So as you can see, it is showing as no testing function found in this credential, but that does not necessarily means that your credentials are invalid. But the main thing is that right now we do not have any test function to check whether the credential is okay or not. So we will run the workflow eventually. Now go back to the workflow. Let me just drag the email. So what will happen is that based upon the input, we'll be getting a variable email. Like if there is another input, another email, it will change automatically. Now we will be adding a subject here. Let me just paste it here. Now what we need is that this subject is customized, like based upon the customer's intent and customer requirement, the subject will be according to that. So what I will do is that click on this code node and just click on this, and I will just put it here. Yes, as you can see, your inquiry about meeting request for sales team. So this will be the subject. Next, the email format will be HTML, as we will be needing a variable type. Now I will just copy paste all of these. Let's just paste it here. So the name, let me just delete this. Click on webhook node. Now from here I will take the name. Let's drag it here. Let me just drop it here. As you can see, this will be the mail, like hi Souvik Datta. Then there will be my name, like it is like I am sending a mail to myself, but yes, this will change eventually, and so. So you can change all this. And I have also given the link so that if anyone can book, they can click on here and they will able to book 30 minutes of discovery call. Okay, so now one more thing is there. YouTube link is also there. Let me just open this one. Yes. So as you can see the mail, it will be like this. Now what I will do is that, or we can do is that we can modify this one. Let me just check this one. Thank you for reaching out. My name is Souvik and I am the founder of Workflow Engineer, so and so. Let's do one thing. We will add the customer's actual message, this one. So it will look more personalized. Yes, I have reviewed your message. Hey team. It is a great field building a custom AI powered workflow like the one you described is exactly what my workflow sprint service is for. Now let me just open my Gmail and I will run this workflow and I will check whether it is working or not. Let me just save this one. Okay. Now let's just open the email ID. As you can see, there is no email. There is no email right now. Click on this. Execute workflow. Yes, as you can see here, we just received the email. Let me just open this one. Yes. Hi Souvik Datta, so and so. So this was as we requested. And okay, so that is all for today. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And what I will do is that I will add this workflow in my video description so you can use it. Until then, bye bye.